pelting has been reported from Bhaderwah. Police had to resort to mild lathi charge and lobbed tear gas shells on the stone pelters as well. So cops clashing there, dramatic pictures that have been accessed by us right here on CNN News 18. There is fresh stone pelting that has been reported in Jammu and Kashmir, and cops had to resort to lathi charge as well. My colleague Tejinder Singh Sodhi is now joining us on the broadcast. Tejinder, could you talk to us about what has led to these fresh tensions in Bhaderwah?
Ridhima, since yesterday there have been tension going on, communal tension going on in the Bhaderwah town of Doda district when a Molvi made a derogatory speech from a mosque. He was making a speech. He called for strict action against Nupur Sharma for her comments against Prophet Muhammad, and he spoke against the Hindu community. He made several derogatory remarks against the entire Hindu community while he was giving a speech from the mosque yesterday. And ever since there have been protests going on. Today also there were protests, though the authority, they had imposed Section 144 and they had called for, imposed curfew in the entire township of Bhaderwah. But some people, they came out, they held protest outside the mosque, and they started pelting stones towards the police personnel who were deployed in the area. But the police and the CRPF, which was deployed there to ensure maintenance of law and order, they resorted to a mild lathi charge and also a mild tear gas shelling on the protesters.
Tejinder, I apologize for interrupting. Just stay on with us. We also have the former Deputy Chief Minister of J&K, Kavinder Gupta, also now joining us on the broadcast. So thank you for taking our time and joining us here on CNN News 18. I want to first have a reaction from you on this open call that was made by this particular cleric who threatened to behead the now sacked spokesperson of the BJP, Nupur Sharma.
देखिए, कुल मिलाकर के जिसकी तरफ से भी माहौल खराब करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, पहले उन लोगों को आइडेंटिफाई करने की जरूरत है। लगातार जब जम्मू कश्मीर में शांति व्यवस्था ठीक हो रही है, तो कुछ लोग जिनको ये अच्छा नहीं लगता, पिछले 2.5-3 साल से डोडा डिस्ट्रिक्ट, जो अर्स्टवाइल डोडा डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, जिसमें रामबन, किश्तवाड़ और ये डोडा आता है, वहाँ एकदम भाईचारे को खत्म करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। तो किसी भी तरफ से जो भी लोग वहाँ पर इसके जिम्मेवार हैं, उनको बुक सरकार ने किया भी है, और जो लोग ड्रोन से या दूसरे माध्यम से इनकी जानकारी लेनी चाहिए। कुल मिलाकर के प्रशासन ने इस जो इंटरनेट बंद करके और फोन कॉल्स बंद करके सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से जो लोग भड़काने की कोशिश करते हैं, उनको रोका है। उम्मीद करनी चाहिए, और हमारी तरफ से भी अपील हुई है कि ये जो अलग अलग धर्मों के लोग हैं, आपस में मिल बैठ करके प्रशासन की तरफ उनको बिठाए और ये इस प्रकार के हालात ना बने, क्योंकि जम्मू कश्मीर में दोनों ये धर्म, दोनों खित्तों के लोग रहते हैं, तो उससे यहाँ पर शांति व्यवस्था भंग न हो, ऐसी कोशिश की जा रही है।
I also want to understand another important aspect from you, sir. There was Section 144 that was imposed in the area. Despite that, there have been reports of fresh stone pelting. The question is, who's fueling hate as far as the region is concerned?
देखिए, इसके बावजूद जिन लोगों ने इस प्रकार की एक कोशिश की है जो माहौल बिगाड़ना चाहते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि सरकार को पूरी खुफिया एजेंसी और इनके अपने सुरक्षा बलों को पूरी जानकारी है, उनको बख्शा नहीं जाएगा, उनको सख्ती के साथ निपटा जाएगा, ऐसी उम्मीद करनी चाहिए।
Okay, we leave the conversation there. If my colleague Tejinder is still with us, I actually want to quickly go back to him. Tejinder, that's the question that I want to take to you as well. There was Section 144 that was imposed in the area. Despite all of that, we've seen fresh stone pelting. What are sources on the ground telling you? And does this make the role of the army even more difficult now?
You see, yes, not only Section 144 was imposed, but last night the authorities, they imposed curfew in the entire Bhaderwah district, and also mobile internet has been snapped in several areas across the erstwhile Doda district, be it Ramban, be it Bhaderwah, be it Kishtwar or Doda. The mobile internet has also been snapped authorities have imposed Section 144 in these districts also. But despite this, several people, they came out on roads. Members of the minority community, members of the majority community, they had clashes. Some minor clashes were also reported from some parts of Bhaderwah. But yes, the people from the particular community that was calling for beheading of Nupur Sharma, they also held a protest outside a mosque, and they started pelting stones towards the Jammu and Kashmir police personnel, wherein forcing the police personnel to resort to a mild lathi charge and also tear gas shelling on these protesters. The army has also been called in the area to ensure that law and order is maintained. But yes, the situation right now continues to be tense, but it is under control by the Jammu and Kashmir police. Last night, the Jammu and Kashmir police booked the Molvi who made this
Correct.
derogatory remarks against the Hindu community under various sections of the IPC. Yes, Ridhima.
So two questions that I want to understand from you, Tejinder. This cleric who's now been identified as Adil Ghafoor Ganai, as you rightly pointed out, he in fact now has been booked. So one, I want to understand, has he made similar comments in the past? And secondly, he's been booked under which sections? If you could give us those details as well.
See, yes, in the past also, this person does not have a history of making such derogatory remarks against against a particular community. But yesterday, when he was addressing a congregation in the area, he made very derogatory remarks against the Hindu community, and he also called for beheading of not only Nupur Sharma but also a Jammu-based local journalist identified as Ashish Kohli, who has been supporting Nupur Sharma on his social media platform. He also started a hashtag here, I support Nupur Sharma. So this Molvi was also making derogatory remarks against Nupur Sharma, against Ashish Kohli, and also against the entire community, wherein he made several derogatory remarks which we cannot even repeat on the national television channel. But yes, the Jammu and Kashmir police has booked this Molvi under FIR number 92/2022 under section 295A 506 of the Indian Penal Code at police station Bhaderwah. These sections are for instigating the people, spreading communal disharmony in the area. So he has been booked under various sections, and I have been speaking to some of the officials of police in the Bhaderwah. They are saying that they will soon get him arrested. And right now, the priority is to make sure that there are no communal clashes.
Correct.
And the situation in the area is brought under control. Yes.
Tejinder, I'll talk to you about the on-ground situation in just a bit, but I also want to talk about a very worrying pattern, which is the kind of mindset that we are seeing with these open calls of beheading that are being made, because action against Nupur Sharma has already been taken. One, she's been suspended from the party, and also there have been FIRs that have been filed here in the national capital as well.
Yes, you see, these are the people who have been advocating the beheading of Nupur Sharma. And rightly you pointed out that while we have a law, we have a constitution, that the law will take its own course. There have been cases that have been registered against Nupur Sharma. The party has suspended her from from her position of being the spokesperson of the party. Naveen Jindal has also been sacked from the party, and action is being taken as per the law. But these type of people who are trying to spread communal hate, you see, Bhaderwah, Kishtwar towns in Jammu and Kashmir, they have a history of being communally very sensitive areas. In the past, we have witnessed several communal clashes in these areas. Making such derogatory remarks against the entire community, because you see, yesterday when this person was speaking from the parapet of the mosque, he made several derogatory remarks against an entire community, which cannot be tolerated.
Correct.
And that is the reason that there have been protests going on. People have been demanding stern action against this person.
Okay.
Not only this person, but also those who were cheering him, who were supporting him, and who were clapping when this person was making the derogatory remarks against the entire Hindu
Correct.
community. Yes.
Tejinder, thanks a lot for getting us all those